Hello. Hello and welcome to the Lobbycast, the official podcast for PGameLobby.com. This is the weekly Whatchas show, episode 197 for the week of December 3rd, 2012. I'm joined always by Jeff, Brick, and Jordan. I skipped right over you guys so don't screw it up.
Okay, no, I appreciate
We're also
that.
joined by Brick's mustache. As creepy as it is. Hello. That's what it sounds like.
Brick, does your mustache have any candy?
Only the promise of candy.
Oh, only the promise of candy.
That's true. All right, we're going to start things off with what you're listening to, Brick.
Well, this week I just listened to a little bit more Girl on Guy. Not as much, though. Didn't really have as much time in the car. But I found a new podcast. Well, it's not really new. It's been going on for a while, but new to me.
To you.
Yeah. WTF with Mark Maron.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Really good. I like that one. I enjoy it quite a bit. I listened to one this week with actually Gilbert Gottfried and right now with Key and Peele.
Oh,
Nice.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, right on.
That's a pretty.
Is that two people?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes.
Keegan-Michael Key and Jordan Peele.
Yep. And
Oh, we have the same initials, me and him.
Oh.
Aww. But yeah, it's a really good show. Mark Maron, he's a great comic, but does a really good podcast too. And God, he's been doing this for a while. I saw on his list, he's like over 300 episodes or something like that.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
And we know that takes dedication.
That does. That certainly does. And then also just a little bit of Sleigh Bells, not Christmas music, might I add. Good band is who that is.
All right.
What have you been listening to, Jordan?
Just shuffle on the Zune and the Windows Phone. Nothing really of note. Sam, what have you been listening to?
That was quick.
That was quick.
I listened to the BS report at Michael Lombardi on yesterday talking about the NFL. Listened to PTI every day when it's out. And the Bill Burr podcast, he had some guy on there today. They're talking about a lot of... It's real funny because they are both like exactly the same age as me. So they're talking a lot of football, NFL football from the 1970s. So
Oh, okay.
kind of rambling through, how much it was much more of a pure game back then. And you don't have these ticky-tack rules that they have nowadays. So it was really interesting, rambling off all these names of players that I remember too. So that was pretty cool.
Very nice.
remember that guy.
Oh, back in my day.
The forward pass.
miles.
That's right. Jeffrey, what have you been listening to?
I listened to Mumford & Sons' new album, and also... Hey, Just in Time.
Just in time.
Nice. He's watching on his phone with the Ustream app.
Nice.
And then I also listened to Joy Division on vinyl.
Very cool.
It's a live recording, like a bootleg type deal, but it's on vinyl. It's very nice. It's a very nice.
Nice.
Stuff You Missed in History, a Comanche story. Oddly enough, I listened to This American Life, and it was about the Dakota Indians, who are generally referred to as the Sioux.
Okay.
So 2 different podcasts on Indians. And then stuff you should know about caving or spelunking.
Spelunking?
Who would call it caving? Spelunking is so much cooler.
Yes. But I think that's why the people who do it often call it caving, because they don't want to be part of the spelunking
There's a
crowd.
split amongst
Yeah.
those who visit caves.
Yeah.
There's the caver faction.
Yeah.
And the spelunkers.
Apparently, the spelunkers are the guys wearing golf shorts with walking sticks going through Carlsbad Caverns, which is very touristy. And caving is the one where you lower
You
yourself
seriously
into
could die.
a 2-foot hole in the ground and are squeezing through 1-foot passages and that kind of deal.
I
But
would
yes,
lose my mind about 30 seconds into that.
Yeah,
I imagine that's true.
There's no way I would ever be doing that, ever.
No, I don't want to spend 3 days dying of dehydration stuck in a small hole.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you, James Franco, for that valuable lesson.
Yep, you bet.
And then watch that movie. That is just a natural fear that I have.
Oh no, it's 100 and whatever.
I
days
did not watch that movie.
It's rock climbing. It's not in a cave.
Doesn't matter.
127 hours.
He's in the sun.
Fair
He's in the
enough.
sun. It's a tropical paradise out there.
That's right.
He was in
I don't know what he was
It
bitching
looked
about.
like he was
really.
in Moab.
he was in the sun for up to 5 minutes a day.
Yeah. That's plenty.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, cry me a river.
Then I also listened to Girl on Guy, but it was an older one. This was with Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine and Audio Slave fame. What I found interesting within the first couple of minutes of the interview, I've been listening to his music for about 20 years or so. Didn't know he was black.
Huh?
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, he's the guitarist for Rage Against the Machine and Audio Slave.
No,
Now, just to clarify, are you saying what to the fact that he is black?
No,
or
I'm saying what to the fact
Jeff-
that Jeff didn't know that he was black.
Well, I don't. It's not like
Right.
I watch music videos
Okay.
and stuff like that. It's just it's.
See, Rage got really big when I was of the age that
I just listened to Rage. I
Yeah.
never, really watched Rage. I've never been to a Rage Against the Machine concert.
and even if you had, it's not like you would have been able to see he was black anyway.
Well, it was just kind of funny. It was like that realization whenever I went to go see Jamiroquai with my girl. I'm like, oh, this little tiny white dude. I legitimately thought it was like a big black woman that sang for Jamiroquai. That little squirrely white guy. He's like 5, maybe 5'5" or something. He's a
Right.
little skinny.
Yeah.
And he belts it out like Aretha.
Well, yeah, and look at him, and you're like, you ain't catching no crackhead.
Jefferson and I do this with, we play a lot of fantasy football. We're used to looking at stats and seeing players,
Yeah.
names in there. But we're always amazed when we find, hey, so-and-so? Yeah, white guy. Who knew? Huh? Who knew?
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's so it was kind of cool, but he's an interesting guy. I'm not into his solo stuff. His solo stuff is like very political folk music type stuff, and he records as the Night Watchman. But he is also a comic book author. He's got his own series called Orchid. That something. I don't remember the tagline, but just like a prostitute, social justice type person, like Prostitute Meets Joan of Arc type deal.
Oh.
But anyway, just I thought it was pretty interesting, and something else he just mentioned casually talking about his work on comic books. Whatnot is the lead singer of My Chemical Romance is also a fairly prolific comic book author.
That one I
that
knew.
one I did know. Yeah.
Yeah,
I did
That
knew.
one I did know.
I did know. I done knew that.
I done did note it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was an interesting interview. It went a little over an hour, maybe hour and a half, but it was pretty
Cool.
good. Yeah. And I love Aisha Tyler. I love her even more now that I've seen her do stand up, because her stand up was awesome.
Yeah.
And it just gives me. I knew what she looked like before, but it's like her voice from Archer, her voice from the podcast. Getting to see her, live.
Right.
kind
Brings it all
of
together.
brought it all together. Exactly right. Well, let's move on to some what you watching, Mr. Brick. What have you watched?
I am happy to report that I did my homework, Prof. It's
Nice.
I watched the second part of the miniseries Battlestar Galactica
Okay.
and
Nice.
33.
Let's have a
wow.
talk. How do you feel? How do you feel after watching
Oh
these?
yeah, I'm totally redeemed in that show. Like
Okay.
I was a little iffy in the first part of the miniseries, but
Okay.
after 33 especially.
So let's talk about the episode named 33,
Ah,
also known as the third episode of the series.
let me just say this. I would have killed myself after the third 33 minutes.
So for me, this is a very important episode because it really shows that the difference in humans and Cylons at the time.
Yep.
You get some You get to see Boomer. Like, oh, you seem to be taking this better than anybody else. Well, it's
Well, there might be a reason behind
yeah,
that.
but yeah, it to me it shows the human side of humanity. Everybody's going a little bit crazy. People are
Now, what was happening in 33? I didn't. I haven't seen it.
the Cylons would show up every 33
Oh,
minutes.
right,
Yeah.
and they were having to keep jumping.
and
Right.
and nobody was able to sleep. The pilots were all cracked out on stims.
Yeah.
That's right. I do remember. That was a pretty.
That is
good
also
episode.
the episode where Apollo, Leodama, has to blow up the Olympic carrier.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
And they lose like 300 people. And so you see two things in the episode. You see one, the humans, the humanity and the human side and the weakness, and then you also see the importance that they have to like maintain the human race. And
Yeah.
so like
Right.
every death is like serious to the survival of the species.
Right, but they have to make the sacrifice for the greater survival of
Right.
everybody else. And it was a really good episode, but God, I don't think I could take that. Just having to reset the clock 33 minutes.
Yeah.
And they did it like, I don't know what, 240 times or something.
Yeah, there
like
was
that.
something crazy where they
Yeah.
had been doing that for like
Because they couldn't figure
it said like 134 hours with no sleep or
Yeah.
something. I'm like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't make it that long without sleep.
Yeah.
I'd freak out.
And also, Commander Adama, badass in the second part of the miniseries, beats the Cylon's face in.
With the flashlight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Leoben.
The first Leoben that we meet.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, if
Yeah.
you think he is badass now, just wait.
Just wait.
Yeah, he is one of my favorite characters of all time.
Yeah, no, I'm really digging it. I think I'm gonna definitely, and I'll have a lot more time to
It's
watch
going to show
more
up
of it.
all over the recording.
Yeah.
I'll have a lot more time to watch it because all the shows are ending for either their season finales or
Right.
mid-season finales for like the next month.
So we may step it up to 2 a week.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I can do that. And then the Daily Show and Colbert. Colbert this week is doing his Hobbit week because he, showed up to the set. So like all his guests this week are, like last night was Ian McKellen, and then he's gonna have the guy who plays Bilbo. I can't remember his.
I saw him being interviewed on something today while I was
Yeah, but
waiting
he-
in an office. and-
he's also that guy is also the British Jim.
Yeah.
in the office.
also the guy. Oh, sorry, in the camera, Hitchhiker's Guide from the Galaxy.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
I saw the interview with him. I'm like, he's a lot older than I thought he was. Like his hair is graying and things like that. I thought he was a much younger guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like Sam's age.
But God, Colbert is
Oh,
the
come on,
biggest.
you saw that coming. Come on.
How dare you?
How dare you?
Colbert is the biggest Tolkien nerd I've ever seen in my life.
Did he make a cameo in like the third Hobbit movie?
I think so, something like that.
I believe we
but
talked about it right here on the Lobbycast.
We sure did.
He's
but,
probably a human in Lake Town.
yeah, like Peter Jackson. Like he had a quote on his show, and Peter Jackson telling him he is the biggest Tolkien nerd he has ever met in his entire life. And he gave him like an original Sting sword from one
the-
of the original Lord of the Rings
Oh, really?
movies.
Wow.
And so he's, like showing that off, and his whole set's like, the
Geeked out.
Shire and everything. But yeah, that's really good. I'm looking forward to tonight's episode. And then The Walking Dead mid-season finale. Wow.
Is that episode 8?
I think so. Yeah.
Yep.
Crazy stuff going on. That's
Yeah, I had to hold off on watching. I think I still need to watch 7 and 8. I
Oh,
can't.
really?
The last one I saw is where Glenn and Maggie get picked up.
Oh, that's last week's.
Right,
So-
no, like right at the end, not while they were.
Oh.
They get picked up right at the
okay,
end.
so you haven't even seen like the.
So I'm
the
2 behind.
reviews. Okay.
Continue on, sorry.
Well, yeah, very,
Get
very
it going
good show.
over what
And
I'm
then,
watching.
Comic Book Men, watched that this week. And this was like one of my favorite episodes that I've seen in a long
Now,
time.
which one was this?
Because Stan Lee
Stan
came
Lee.
to the store.
Oh, okay.
And-
I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, God. I mean, like, you know how, like, well, in the episode, he comes into the store and he's answering some of their questions, and he sits up on the counter, and they literally all sit
They're
around.
sitting on the floor.
Yeah, with their legs crossed, just like
story time in
like
kindergarten.
story time.
Nice.
Yeah, and I was seriously sitting on my couch the same way, just like, hi.
That's awesome.
Well, I mean, because he answers like all these questions. Like I think Walt asked him, who would really win, Thor or the Incredible Hulk? And he's like, well, you always want to have superheroes fighting end in a tie, so that all of the fanboys can just fight about it for years to come. He's like, you don't want to have a definitive winner, because then the heat's off of you.
Right.
I was like, that's very wise. But then I finished the 3rd season of Nip Tuck and have not started the 4th season. Gonna start the 4th season.
Are you still in?
I'm still in.
If you're already 3 seasons in, you're gonna finish it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna finish it. No question.
That's. I mean, you already put the time in. You might.
But yeah, I mean, it's getting weird. Like the whole thing with the Carver and him not having any junk and all that stuff. Yeah. Well,
I watched 1 or 2 episodes and I couldn't do it.
I've never watched it.
For any of you who have watched that show, you know what I'm talking about. Then also got back into Archer. I didn't quite finish the 2nd season the last time I was watching it, so I'm trying to plug through that. Watched Sons of Anarchy last week. Really enjoying that show, and the season finale is tonight.
I can't believe that's a season finale.
Yeah,
it's not. But they're not calling series finale, are they?
No, just season.
Okay,
just season.
But we got to be getting close to series.
Gotta be maybe 1, 2 more seasons.
I hope it's just one. It's time for that show to...
It's probably going to be just one. But then Parks and Recreation. Watched that this week, and I think that one's over for mid-season too, isn't it?
Maybe.
And then I started Justified, the 3rd season, because I'm not caught up on that. So I had to... I'm trying to get caught up. Yeah, I just watched the 1st episode and really liking it. And then Boardwalk Empire... And
Jordan and I were. Was that just? Yeah, that was just tonight, right?
I made a reference to the next one's coming faster.
Yeah, because we were talking about Dead One.
And actually,
yeah. We talked about that last week too.
Yeah.
Well, and there was a really cool moment in this week's episode, the first episode when I was watching it, because they had the guy who with the ice pick, where he like stabs you, he tries to stab you in the hand and grab the gun and shoot the guy, and Rayla just pulls the tablecloth and grabs the gun and shoots him before he stabs him.
Yeah.
But
that is one of the better lines, Sam.
That's just, and then when Sam said
I threw a bullet at him, told him the next one was coming faster.
You threw a bullet. Oh, that's awesome. He's getting interviewed, because his fingerprints are all over a bullet, and the cops are kind of after him, and he's like, "You threw a bullet at him and told him the next." Oh, that is so awesome.
And then watched episode 11 and 12, the season finale of Boardwalk Empire. And finally, Al Capone is coming out of his shell, which is so cool.
It's been interesting, because they showed him in the very first episode, and at first you thought it might have just been like a cameo, but it's a recognized actor, so he might be around. And recently, he's just been kind of there, and you haven't gotten an opportunity to see his badassness,
right?
Yeah.
Until this very
historically, does Nucky have some sort of relationship with Al Capone?
I don't know.
I don't think Nucky's a real person.
No, Nucky is a real person.
Yeah,
that's why I knew he was.
I believe the show Boardwalk Empire starts off as everything being historically correct, and then it kind of goes in a little bit different direction.
Okay,
I'm not positive about that. But you're right, he had the greatest quote, and I wrote it down on here, and I watched it 5 times immediately afterwards. We've been on the road for 18 hours. I need a bath, some chow, and then you and me are going to sit down. We talk about who dies.
Yeah, as he's walking up with a cigar in his hand. Just totally,
great scene.
Yeah, it was incredible.
Great scene, especially because for Nucky, everything has fallen apart. He's got no more favors to call in. He's got even his German butler is nowhere around.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So great scene.
Well, and even Chalky's crew is kind of Oh,
$25,000.
$25,000. Chalky's like, I don't trust anybody.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
You best head out the back door.
Yeah, yeah.
What was it? It was like, I head on down the road with you a mite longer. That was good.
Yeah. But yeah, that's a really good show. I can't wait for next season. And then I watched Pulp Fiction at the Fire Pit Theater, and then proceeded to get my wallet stolen for realsies on Saturday.
Nice.
Hooray!
I did try to give you a little bit of a smile though by asking you which wallet is yours.
Oh, you were not the only one.
Yeah.
I had an additional post about how I was at the DMV because I had to get my license and everything, and I had to wait like an hour and a half.
Now, what was going on that you got your wallet stolen? Stolen, or you
lost it?
95% sure that it was stolen because
Out of your pocket? Like
out of my pocket.
pickpocketed?
Yeah.
What?
You know, that doesn't really
I
happen
know.
whenever you're not in Italy.
I know. I know. It seems really.
What's
unlikely.
your proof?
Were there gypsies?
I don't really have any proof. It's just.
Well, how do you know 95%
Well, just
positive?
Because it was the first place.
I
that
bet
we
if
went
we
to.
just went and spent 10 minutes looking through Brick's truck, we'd find
Yeah,
this
we'd find
wallet.
it, yeah.
No. Because I didn't drive downtown. A couple other people did, and we looked all through their car and everything. But we went downtown. The first place we went to, I went up to the bar to get a drink.
You can name
Gave him-
names. Where were you?
Castleman's.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, exactly.
Where were you downtown?
You know where the Jesus Saves homeless shelter?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's at Lawrence and
Park.
Park. Yeah, Park
Lawrence
Avenue.
and Park. Like a block south of that. Maybe
Okay.
a couple blocks south of that. So we went there. First.
Why
place
are
we
you
went-
over there?
I don't know.
Brick, I don't know if you know this, but that's the kind of place you could get your wallet stolen.
Yeah, found that out. Funny
Bingo.
story. And I purchased one drink, gave the guy, the cash, left a tip, put my wallet back into my pocket before I put my change in my wallet because I just slipped my change behind my wallet. Then we went and stood in one spot for like 30 minutes, decided to leave and go to the 1-Up. We're walking down the street and I'm like, where's my wallet? And so that's why I think it was stolen, because I didn't take it out again at that place for the rest of the night. And so that's
All right.
why I think
Okay.
that, yes.
Did you go back to that first place and go, did somebody return a wallet?
Oh, yeah. And
And did they ask which one is yours?
It's the one that says, bad motherfucker.
All right, it's a direct quote. That is what it says on the wallet.
It is what it
so-
says on the wallet. That's why I was
Okay.
hesitant, but still, it needed to be said. I'm not going to say bad mother F word.
Although, that would be funny to have printed on a wallet. That should be your next wallet. Well, tone it down a little bit. You're getting older, Don't need to use such language.
Such language.
Was the edited version of what is it? At First Sight something.
What?
I don't remember. It's a George Clooney movie. Anyway, on the edited version, Ving Rhames says monkey feather. Calling people monkey feathers.
Bad monkey feather.
Nice. Wow.
Brick,
Yep.
did you watch anything else?
Nope, that's it. What did you watch this week?
I also watched Sons of Anarchy, and I also have continued to be impressed by that show. Watched Pulp Fiction. Maybe not the most recent episode of Homeland, but I'm pretty close to being caught up. And I gotta step away from Homeland and Walking Dead for a little bit. They're just a little bit too much for me. I need a little bit more fun in my life. They freak me out. Okay, Walking Dead, like, people are constantly dying, and I'm not overly attached to those characters, but between Walking Dead, Sons of Anarchy, and Homeland, there's just way too much stuff happening.
Okay, there is one show in there that you should be stepping away from before you step away from at least Homeland. Homeland is easily the best of those three.
Yeah, that's your opinion.
Oh, all right.
I don't know. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying I don't know really if I would rank anyone higher than the other. They're all really good shows. But I'm going to finish up Sons of Anarchy, and then finish up Walking Dead, and then finish up Homeland.
Just do them in intervals.
You
Yeah.
need bite-sized portions.
Yes,
There you go.
because I was watching all three of those shows at once, and then at the end of the night, I'm like,
It was
I'm
really
gonna-
daunting.
yeah, like at the end of the night, I just want to curl up in the fetal position and cry for a couple minutes.
Well, I can understand that a little bit, because I did the same thing with Nip Tuck, and it was like I watched almost 2 seasons in a row, and that was not okay.
Yeah, yeah, I can understand that. I mean, whenever Dexter is the lightest of these shows that you're watching.
Right. Whenever the show about a serial killer is your easy watching for the night, there's an issue there.
Yeah, Sunday's a rough night.
Yeah.
It is a rough night, isn't it? It's supposed to be all relaxing, and instead you're just like, ah.
So
It's terrible.
I also tried watching Deadwood, and it seems like it's probably going to be a good show, and I'm going to try to give it some more time. But I really don't like westerns that much.
That's one that I need to watch.
Blasphemy.
I've never
Okay.
seen Deadwood.
So maybe we will.
What about Tombstone?
Tombstone is different.
No, it's not.
No, I grew up watching Tombstone, that movie.
Okay, so it has.
It has some other kind of like nostalgia attached to it. Outside of Tombstone, though, I don't really like westerns. They're just
No,
not
right?
for me.
Young Guns?
It was okay.
All right.
It was okay.
Young Guns 2?
Awesome movie. No,
No.
Unforgiven.
I never seen that.
Ah.
All
Yeah.
I've never seen Deadwood, but still,
Yeah.
Unforgiven is kind of like that's a standard.
So, Homeland. Already talked about Battlestar Galactica. I also watched 33, the third episode in the series. Watched Comic Book Men as well. Deadwood. This evening I watched the most recent Robot Chicken, and it's always good for a chuckle. And then earlier this week, thanks to Brick, I have gained access to HBO Go, so I was able to. Was able to watch Ferris Bueller's Day Off, which is just a great movie.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
It's ridiculous, and I had a moment when we're watching, Ferris's room contraption, snoring mannequin machine, like, watching in action. I'm like, oh man, I want to call in for work one day and do that. And then I hit him up like, I am an adult. If I don't want to go to work,
I can just not go.
I could just say, guys, I'm not coming into work today. And they would take care of that, and I could go, do whatever I needed to do. Like, go sing in a parade and maybe go see some art, drive a Ferrari. I could do those things.
Go down to Wrigley. Oh,
Yeah.
wait. And this is where Cameron goes nuts.
Nice. And then this evening I started watching The Wire. I've been talking about it.
Nice.
I've been talking about it for months, and
It's a good show.
yes, it's a serious show, but I think this is one that I can handle a little bit more for right now because it's new.
Yeah.
So it's got to take away from that a little bit.
Well, yeah,
I think I'm gonna like it.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, and I don't know if you guys noticed this since you've also watched the whole series, but I was telling him that there is no score in that show at all. It is the opening theme music and at the end credits. All the rest of the sound in the show is in the scene.
No music.
Yeah.
I don't know that I did notice that.
And so I was telling what Brick told me. I was like, okay, that makes sense because after the pilot and then again when the second episode, they kind of fade into the closing credit music. And whenever that started, I'm like, something was like clicking in my brain. I'm like, there's something going on here, and I can't figure out why this music is freaking me out. And it's because I hadn't heard any through the entire hour-long episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they did.
I used to always kind of hate the ending music because it means the episode was over. It's like, no, don't play that music. No.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was. I heard something interesting the other day about they originally had someone else set to play Dominic, Peter McNulty,
Yeah.
played by Dominic.
Oh,
like a different actor was going to play that.
Jimmy
I couldn't
McNulty,
see that.
No, really, I'll need to look it up.
the
It was-
detective.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Jimmy McNulty.
Yeah, it is Jimmy McNulty.
James Jimmy McNulty.
What did I say?
Peter.
McNulty.
Peter.
Who's Peter McNulty?
Peter.
I don't know.
Peter
Anyway,
McNulty.
That guy that plays
But
him,
I don't know. It was somebody like you would never have guessed.
ridiculously
Really?
thick English accent too.
Was it Martin Short?
Nice.
No,
Is that
because
gonna
you
be-
just guessed him.
Oh god.
Yeah, he gets the. He's kind of got that Baltimore, Maryland
He's got that down, man.
accent. Just
Yeah.
bam.
Spot on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh. Baltimore's a
Good
scary.
for you. I'm glad you're
scary
starting that.
town.
That's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think Detroit's bad?
No,
Baltimore.
Detroit is pretty much the black hole that is eating the universe. I would say sorry to anybody that lives in Detroit, that I said that about your city, but no, I'm actually just sorry that you live in Detroit.
They're recovering. They'll be okay.
Sure, it will.
Sam,
It'll be okay.
I have been we are full on board on Netflix now. So I started watching some episodes of Important Things with Dimitri Martin. Really like that show. Yeah,
Oh, I
yeah, that's awesome. I really get a kick out of it. I
I
really
saw the
like
first couple episodes.
I watched
Yeah.
a couple too.
I love that show. I hated it when it got
One of the,
off Comedy Central.
yeah. They only did 2 seasons, but they're all on there.
You know, peculiar. I was watching that movie Contagion.
Mm-hmm.
Dimitri Martin is in that movie.
Really?
Yeah. It's like the weirdest thing ever because I've never seen him in any other movie, and then just to see him pop up in like the most serious,
Wow, that's
like
funny.
no funny at all movie whatsoever. It's just weird.
He had a really cool role in. What was the what is the Concords, the
Flight of the Conchords?
Flight of the Concords. He had a really cool role in that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to watch that too on HBO Go.
that's right.
Nice.
So one of the recommended picks, the top ones on there when the wife and I sat down was Arrested Development. So we started doing a rewatch of that.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
It was a little bit silly that we're getting Netflix and doing that because we have the DVDs right there.
No,
But-
no, that is not silly. I do
Yeah,
that all the
but
time.
I kind of forgot how great of a show that was and how so many subtle things were going on all the time. So getting a kick out of that. Also, I had an antenna on the top of my roof all this time, which brings me up a funny story. So I bought the house 15 years ago. It had an antenna, top from when. And so the wife and I are heading out somewhere, and we get in the car, and she kind of looks back at the house and like, oh, I never really noticed the antenna. Has it always been there? Yeah, I go, yeah, it was there when I bought the house. She goes, and you never took it down? Is it still up there? Yeah. Well, then I never took it down. Because it's still up there.
No. I took it down and then I reattached it.
Yeah. I take it down on the weekends. I don't know. It's something
Sam,
I do.
don't shoot your wife.
I'm not going to shoot my wife. She will shoot me, though.
Yeah.
So anyway,
So that's true. No,
True
and that's
story,
fine
yeah.
with us. You probably at some point have deserved it.
That's okay.
So
You
I
can take your spot.
yeah. Got a coaxial cord for it from Ivan for free.
Yeah.
I hooked it up to there, ran it into my cable box, and now I've got
Local HD.
Local HD.
Nice.
So I was
Because they try to tell you that you need an HD antenna to get in HD channels. That is not correct.
Not true. Just as long as you
It's
have an HD
over-the-air
TV.
broadcast.
yes, right,
Yeah.
exactly. So I watched the college men's basketball Baylor Kentucky. It was on right then. So it was a
Kentucky
good
went down.
They did.
I couldn't believe it to
That was
Baylor.
Sunday, our good friend of the show and our store, Jason Gonshore, came over and we watched the Broncos Buccaneers
Oh, nice.
game. Very cool to
Very
see him.
cool.
Yeah, he said to say hi to everybody, except for you. Watched the, I guess not the most recent episode of Homeland, but the next episode of Homeland.
Oh, yeah.
So that was very good. And then Boardwalk Empire. And the funny thing is, since I watched it, I've been running around to everybody like, "Hey, do you watch Boardwalk Empire?" No. Oh, man. I just wanted to share that, talk about that thing with somebody.
You know
So
what?
I've been looking forward all week to.
I did that to somebody last week. Talked about Boardwalk Empire, even though they had not seen it and did not care. I talked about it anyway.
Yeah.
It's a couple of girls at work.
I do that with Homeland a lot. I was just like, "Have you seen Homeland?" No, I don't care. Here, listen.
Let me tell you about it.
You won't believe what Brody did. Who? Brody, just
Brody,
Listen.
this
This is important to me.
Okay, I just want you guys to all know that I have not done that to anyone ever. Except for maybe about Star Wars.
Yeah.
You ever watch Star Wars? No? Okay.
Here's the thing.
Sit down.
Okay, here's the deal.
So this kid Anakin.
So long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Jeffrey, what have you been watching?
Interesting bit about Star Wars is that our CFO for the 2 kilts we have here used to work at Lucasfilms. His had an office in Skywalker Ranch during the making of the prequels.
Wow.
Yeah. He said it was a great office. It was in this old Victorian house, and I had a fireplace, and occasionally people would come by to stoke the fire.
Wow.
He said it was an amazing place.
Did
So-
he have his own personal R2 unit?
No.
Boop,
no.
beep, boop. You still got that baggie I gave you?
Yeah. So it's just kind of
Oh,
an
man.
interesting thing.
I want to go steal stuff from his house because I know he's got stuff.
You know he's got stuff. Let's see here. I watched Pulp Fiction, of course.
Right.
Kind of cool to see that again. It looked really good. I don't know if it was a remaster version or whatever, but it was streaming through HBO Go, and looked great. I watched as much as I could stand of Thursday Night Football, the Saints versus the Atlanta Falcons.
Atlanta Falcons.
Because I've mentioned several times that I have a fantasy football team, and I had both Drew Brees and Roddy White,
Well,
and they, Drew Brees threw 5 interceptions that night. He had 3 points, and he gave me 3 points in fantasy. Roddy White gave me 2 points. So
Thanks for nothing, Danny.
those 2 guys, I still ended up winning
Really?
against the guy who's first place in our league.
What?
Oh.
By
Wow.
15 points.
oh my
because-
God.
Because his quarterback only put up 10 points, and he had several other players do really, really poorly.
Who's his
you-
quarterback? You know?
I don't remember right now, but I checked out his bench, and he had 3 players put up over 20 points apiece, and none of them played. 12 points, which was not his quarterback, was the most he scored with anybody. And so, even though arguably my 2 best players put up less than 3 points
No called,
apiece,
no showed.
Exactly. I still managed a win, because my kicker did. I have Tynes as a kicker. My defense put up 16 points.
Whoa, what's your defense?
I change my defense all the time. I would actually have to look.
It up.
But
Who do you have running?
it was
It's none of your business.
it was just kind of a crazy thing. I never expected to win. As a matter of fact, the guy I'm playing, he's got a 10-2 record. I broke his 8 win streak.
Oh, wow.
He's got a great team, and then just his team underperformed just a little bit more than mine underperformed. 78-63 is what I mean. So we both had pretty bad weeks,
Right,
Because
right.
neither one of us got anywhere close to breaking 100. Ryan is his.
Matt
This is-
okay.
is
that
his
would make
quarterback.
sense. Yeah.
Oh, he had the same quarterback on the Thursday
On the
night game
opposing
then.
team,
Yeah. Yeah, I had Cardinals defense, and he had Cowboys, so 16-5. I had Garcon,
Oh, the
who
Cowboys
also
did
put up
the season,
16 points, and
Still want to talk about it?
so just in pretty much, a lot of these situations,
Right.
my
Well, 'cause
my
it,
team just did better overall.
Yeah. Yeah.
My kicker put up 10 points, so
Yeah.
Cool.
That's
it
nice.
saved me. I was going into Monday with him ahead, with a wide receiver and a kicker left to go, and ended up putting me up over the top. So it's pretty nice, indeed.
Sweet.
Sweet. Then I watched Hunted. It's like a British spy show.
Okay.
Watched Deadwood, and it was the pilot episode. You know, it was Jordan was checking it out, and it was really cool seeing some of the actors there because, of course, it's Timothy Oliphant, main character, also plays the lead in Justified, and then Robin Weigert and Dayton Calley from Sons of Anarchy are both in it. Wayne and the female lawyer, they're both in Deadwood.
No way.
Yeah, he's the guy who plays Wayne is like just driving one of the stagecoaches.
Okay.
And
He's
then,
Wild Bill's like second in command, kind of
Oh,
assistant
nice.
guy.
Yeah, and the Sons of Anarchy, their lawyer is Calamity Jane from
Oh,
Deadwood.
wow.
Wow.
So two very different characters. Jordan and I were
Right,
were
yeah.
talking about that, and then Keith Carradine, plays Wild Bill Hickok. He was on Dexter.
Mhm.
Played what is
Oh, it was his agent's name.
yeah,
Yeah, because
He was-
Deb fell in love with him.
right.
Yeah,
right.
Shoot, I can't remember.
Anyway, I just it's pretty cool seeing all those actors. Then I watched Walking Dead episode Made to Suffer, and this is rescue efforts in Woodbury.
Oh yeah, yeah.
it's,
That's
cool.
That is
And
new
the
season finale.
introduction of Tyrese,
Yeah.
who is Chad Coleman from The
Oh my
Wire.
God, it took 'em
Played
long enough.
played the the friend that was in prison and got out, and he was kind of depressed and.
Is the big guy?
Yeah.
That opened up the boxing school?
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey, stop it. That's
No,
years
That's
away.
there's-
nothing,
yeah.
years away. I'll be there like in 3 weeks. Give me, come on. You know how I watch
Binge
TV.
watch.
It's just kind of cool, we're watching all these shows. He picks up Deadwood, has all these ties to current shows we're watching. And this new character comes in for Walking Dead. Is in the Wire that he
Mhm.
just started
Right.
watching. I just thought it's kind of cool. All these ties.
I mean, it really took them long enough to get.
Yeah.
I didn't think they were ever going to bring Tyrese
Yeah,
into the show.
it's really interesting, Sam. I've been reading the graphic novels,
Yeah.
and they get to the prison in book 10.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I mean,
It's
they
the
get
end.
there quick.
It's the last frame of book 10 is them, finding the prison. But Tyrese is already a character.
Yeah, I mean, Tyrese. If they would have gone along with the book, Tyrese would have been there end of the first season, beginning
He's-
of the second season, tops.
With
Well, first
Donna-
first season was only
He's
6
with
episodes,
Donna,
right?
is
yeah,
that right?
he's with Donna, and we don't even get to see Donna for that long. I mean,
yeah. Anyway,
But I mean, because like Donna was a really major. I mean,
Yeah.
fairly major character in the books, but
An adventure.
I can't believe that they actually introduced him. I didn't think they were going to because
yeah,
as far
because
as
it took so long.
right, and I'm not extremely far through the compendium. I just got introduced to Michonne in the books, but
Which comes in later, and she's already a character on the television show.
right. But Merle and Daryl, nowhere.
Nope.
I don't know if they're going to come up later because I haven't gotten that
Yeah.
far, but nowhere so far. And those are two really major characters in the show.
Yeah, definitely.
I thought Daryl was actually taking Tyrese's place in the show.
Oh,
They
okay.
switched him out.
Sure. Then watch Dexter episode The Dark Whatever. Hannah's father comes to visit, and then Dexter is hunting an arsonist, and it kind of these two things kind of lead to a little bit of self-discovery on Dexter's part, kind of accepts his true nature, and I'm not giving much away, because the name of the episode is The Dark Whatever. So he kind of stops attributing his urges to the Dark Passenger.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of an interesting thing there.
Right.
In Homeland, Broken Hearts, Brody risks a lot to go and save Carrie.
Oh.
And again, you see the end of that episode.
Mhm.
That was the last one you watched. So it was kind of interesting. American Horror Story. The creepy old maid from season 1 makes a reappearance.
Really?
She is the
Oh,
angel
that's
of death in season 2.
Is she creepy old maid or is she young hot maid?
No, the actress who plays the creepy old maid.
Oh.
Yeah, because the hot young maid is
Don't talk about it.
She's hot.
Oh, she's hot.
Sons of Anarchy. With the sons voting on. Oh, that is so cool.
I know.
The son's kind of voting on Clay's future with the club. I thought that was
Yeah.
that was cool.
Bobby.
Yeah.
Oh.
And Boardwalk Empire. The interesting thing about the Boardwalk Empire season finale is I got home late last night, or I was up late last night. I think I got home late. Yeah, I got home late because I had to do liquor. I had to do liquor inventory, and I don't know. Anyway, I was up late, and I'm like, oh, I got to be up at 6 a.m. I'll just put on Boardwalk Empire while I'm falling asleep. I didn't realize it was the season finale and how much was going on. Ended up watching the whole thing. Getting to sleep about 1:45.
Yeah.
Yikes.
But it was a great episode.
Mm-hmm.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's really cool.
How they started it was really cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Nucky taking his stand and Richard. Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah.
Some stuff happens.
Some stuff definitely happens. You will enjoy this episode.
Yeah.
Very much.
You, sir, will enjoy this.
I'm still thrown off by him in those. This one, not Heineken, but the Guinness Dark, Guinness Black Lager commercials.
Yeah, Richard Harrow.
The same actor.
Yeah.
But you can see his whole face.
You can see his whole face.
And he's all kind of, hey, what's going on?
He's like, oh, hey.
They're not talking like this.
Yeah. He's not.
They're not talking like this.
Yeah, he's not. Hey, this is Guinness Black Lager.
That's good.
Enjoy the flavor. Yeah.
That's really good, Brick. I like that.
Especially the talking out of this.
Yeah. So that was it. It was a really great week of television, actually. So I was happy with that. Let's move on to what you playing, Mr. Brick.
Well, I have been playing. I got a little bit further in Halo 4, about halfway through now. I just haven't had a lot of time to be playing games because I've been watching so much stuff.
Yeah,
but
I can understand that.
It's really good. I mean, 343. I can't stress enough how good of a job they did on that game. I mean, the story is looking really good, and I'm about halfway through, so looking forward to finishing that. And then I got back into Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Oh, cool!
It's free to play now.
However, up to level 50, I think.
Yeah, up to level 50. However, if you want to get to level 50 in any timely fashion, you better be a subscriber because your resting XP does not count at all if you're not a subscriber.
So, right.
Yeah, so it takes... I was like, God, I haven't played this in a while. I should be leveling up really quickly. And nope, not at all. Not at all.
That's all right. You're playing the long game.
Well, yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
No, he says, "Oh yeah, that's fine." Yeah, he's gonna subscribe.
Probably. Well, just so I can bump up a few levels, and then I'll not subscribe again.
Right. That's how they get you, Brick.
That's what they all say.
That is exactly how they get you.
Yeah. Well, they got me.
Yeah.
They got me.
Yep.
Thank you. But yeah, and and a little bit of Forza 4 this week too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, played that a little bit before I came over here. Jordan, what have you been playing?
Nothing.
Oh,
Wow.
No, I've just it's busy.
What are you going to start playing?
Mass Effect 2 and then Mass Effect 3.
There you
I
go.
think I need to wrap up some stuff in 2.
Nice.
Well, wrap it up, son.
Wrap it up.
I need to wrap those two up as well. That will be later on after I finished Halo 4 and Hitman Absolution and Call of Duty.
I did
70 other games you have. Yeah.
I put my time into Halo 4 and I will still pick it up whenever there's like a group night.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna kind of turn my focus to Mass Effect 3 now.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that in the summer months.
Right.
I think I'm just gonna focus.
Well, see, and I'm about to be on holiday break, so.
Yeah. Well, me too. Yeah.
So that'll be a good time to.
I've always thought Mass Effect was the game you had to sit down and start off the game with a good chunk of time so you can remember how the powers work and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It is.
You can't sit down for an hour and think to get anything done.
Or pick it up after you haven't played it in a couple months and play for an hour.
No.
What?
What is going on?
So I have not played anything this week other than like random cell phone games.
Okay.
Cool.
Bruh, Sam.
I've been playing a little Age of Empires Online. I just found out today through Twitter that the Norse civilization went on sale, and it's funny because I've been saving up my Empire points to get it for free, and I can figure out because they have daily, weekly, and monthly rewards, and I've been figuring it out. I'm like, okay, Thursday the week will end. And I get another day. The day will end also, obviously. I'm like, I should have enough points right by then to get the Norse civilization for free. And then I saw today that they dropped the price, by like a third or something like that. I'm like, oh, I can get it right now and still have 200 points left over. So
Nice.
That's cool.
I'll get that.
I like that you have that option to earn it through playing and not just.
And I like to see that I know somebody that has actually been able to do that.
Yeah.
Earn something through playing.
yeah.
You've put your time in that, haven't you?
I have.
A little bit.
I wonder how many
a
hours
little
you've
bit.
logged.
Oh, I don't know.
It's substantial because you
I
have to go
shudder
back
to
and-
think.
It's a
and
depressing number.
the alpha and the beta hours he put in through all the resets.
Yeah.
Like getting back to level 25 or something like that over and
3
over and
times
over
or
again.
something.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
And then 40 legit,
Yeah.
when the game came out. Crazy. I'm playing a little bit of Skyrim. I've acquired the skeletal horse Arvid or Arvad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty creepy.
It's pretty fast.
Yeah. It's pretty neat. So I've been
It's
playing
a
that.
skeletal horse with the flames coming off it. Or whatever.
But you conjure him.
Yeah.
So
Where
he'll
did you
never
get this
die.
horse?
This is in the Dawn
Dawn
Guard.
Guard.
Yeah.
Of course it is. Some DLC I don't have.
So I got that when it was on sale. Also,
I got a lot of stuff on sale for
That's right.
free. Stop it.
my house is nearly done. I'm about maybe halfway through that, and then Dragonborn came out today, so I might go ahead and pick that up instead of waiting for that to go on sale.
You actually gonna pay full price for something, Sam?
Maybe. We'll see.
That's crazy talk.
It is. But I figured I might as well, because I'm kind of still in the middle of playing. I might as well pick it up now.
Come
Continue
on,
to do
Mark
that.
Goldman. Don't,
Well. And then, of course, been playing a lot of out of the park baseball at work. We've actually been flying through a lot of games. When Scott gets bored, he'll play a bunch of games and then just sim for me. And my team actually does better. I want to watch the simulations to see what I'm doing wrong because obviously I'm not getting any progress. Something funny we've been noticing is his Atlanta Braves have been playing the New York Yankees. New York Yankees are on a pace to break the all-time home runs for a team for a season, and we're like, wow, what is going on with this? How are they doing this? And it's found out there's a guy on the team named Adam Milligan who is crushing. He's got like 32 homers, batting .286. Who is this guy? Wait, why does this name sound familiar? Well, if you remember a few months ago during the baseball playoffs, Scott and I set up a bet. It was the Atlanta Braves and St. Louis Cardinals in real life, as we need to express on many baseball
Right.
stories. Which ones are from the game, which ones are from real life. They're playing in a one-game playoff series. And we said, let's make a friendly bet. Whoever team wins this game, the loser has to trade him your top prospect. I was, okay, so Cardinals win the game. Scott looks into saying, top prospect, some guy named Adam Milligan. So he sends him to my team. And so I play him. First game, he hits a home run. Free first at-bat for me. And then it goes all downhill after that. And he's kind of flying around. And then a couple seasons later, or the next season, I am done with Matt Holliday because he makes like $18 million a year for the next 5 years. I'm like, he sucks. I need to get him out of here. So I tried him to trade him to the Yankees for Brett Gardner.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, we want more. And I'm like, all right, how about Adam Milligan? So I threw him in on the deal. So we get the deal done and start playing. And then now Scott's playing.
He really likes playing for the Yankees, apparently.
Apparently. It's a short porch out in right.
Yeah.
So Scott says, I'm going to hit you every time he hits a home run against me. And then 2 minutes later, he came over and hit me. Really? Yeah. Sorry. You had him too. I mean, I'm just saying.
You both
Just
gave
saying.
him up, and he's
Yeah.
he's like this
He's
wonder
come back
character.
to haunt us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Terrible. Jeffrey, what have you been playing?
Have not been playing anything.
Jace, you're as bad as...
You can tell that it has been a busy week in this house.
Yeah.
I was going to say as
Without
bad
a
as
doubt.
Lou, but... that might-
Yeah.
Lou does review games for the PSP, so...
What?
Yeah.
For the
Yeah.
PSP or
Yeah.
the
Vita?
the Vita.
The Vita. Yeah.
Oh, does he get free games?
Yeah.
Oh.
So as far as gaming, maybe me, Me?
Yeah, you.
Me?
Yeah, you're
Brick.
way up there.
Yeah.
Lou, you guys, you poor excuses for gamers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's tough.
I'm a close second to you, but even
How,
I have
that
it.
list for TVs and movies, completely flipped.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh well. Before we sign off, a couple of congratulations type news for video game companies. PS3 is the most used device for watching Netflix.
Oh, okay.
What?
It is, yeah.
Okay.
And the judge threw out the
Motorola.
Motorola verdict about banning 360s. So 360s are no longer in danger of being given das Boot.
All right,
Oh, very
fantastic.
That's about it.
I enjoyed your tweet about talking about the new Xbox and the PlayStation 4.
Yeah,
It's kind of some interesting things on there.
yeah, definitely.
I didn't read that one yet. Okay.
Lots of stuff, Jordan. Lots
Yeah.
of stuff. Oh, and like I said, I have been reading the Walking Dead graphic novels again.
Yeah,
I've been rereading the Harry Potter books.
I've got through
Harry Potter.
76 on my touchpad now.
Wow.
So
really.
yeah,
Yeah.
pretty
how,
sweet.
how many are you in? To.
I'm 14
Okay.
books in.
So have you been introduced to Michonne yet?
No, maybe
no?
I'm not.
Okay.
Maybe I'm an 11
Okay.
because I think I don't know.
It's kind of a
Lots of books.
discrepancy.
It's right in there.
But yeah, it gets good. It gets real good.
I'm gonna share with you. Somebody sent out a mass email to a bunch of Stacy's friends. And P.S. If you didn't get this email, I don't have your email address. How would I see this message?
Okay, I think that
Wait.
I understand that. It's a precaution because the
Oh.
women are going to talk to each other about who got the email. And you're going to say,
I
I
got
didn't
it.
get that email. Oh, she said if you didn't get the email, I don't have your email address. I'm not
So
trying to
think
be
it's
a bitch
funny.
or something.
That is funny. All right, well let's wrap it up. Cool. Call it good. I'm gonna go watch some Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna go to bed.
Oh, my.
Oh my!
So
just
creepy.
just a few guys hanging out in the basement.
Saying, oh my!
Acting like
Nothing wrong
George
with that.
Takei. Nothing wrong with that.
That's right. All right, thank you everybody for listening. What are you doing over there,
I'm just
Jordan?
gonna drop it.
Yeah, Jordan has dropped his microphone. All right. Thanks everybody. We will see you next week. Bye.
Thanks
Hello.
that was gonna happen.